I would like to turn over the floor to our friends from LSI, and Mark Diamici, their Chief Information Officer, is going to kick things off for us in terms of introducing the case study. Mark?
Here was the challenge. This was being done before. This workflow is not new. Supply chain management certainly isn't new. But we were doing this on an Excel spreadsheet or a series of sheets with 26,000 records of history. We had 20 tabs on the thing. It took sometimes 10 minutes to open. It was extremely kludgy, and it was the whole process was prone to making mistakes and having inaccuracies. So we evaluated several vendors because there's lots of business intelligence software out there, and as we looked at it, everybody had their shortcomings. We couldn't find anybody who could be flexible enough to cover all our business rules.
I'm James Beams. I'm the Senior Systems Analyst here at LSI. I'm the one that helped develop everything you will see today I've developed. Now we have a number of databases on the back end. This is a matrix that shows every one of the vendors who has ever made this part or wants to make this part. These colors here on their cage code, this is how the government identifies each vendor. These are our risk ratings. Red means they're high risk, yellow means they're medium risk, and green means they're a good risk, or that they've got good quality and they've got good delivery schedules. So this is a quick way at a glance for them to look at all the vendors and see what's going on with them. To open this up, here is what we send the vendor. This is an Excel template that by default knows what price they quoted us, what the quantities are, and we send that to them, and they sign it and send it back to us as a order. And again, this was a template that we built using Excel that Logi populates from all the information that the person put into it and all the quotes and information that comes back. But this is how we would track where the vendor is at on building and delivering that to our customers. We also have the ability to do milestones. They can do their own milestones, or we can create the milestones for them. So like this is a Gantt chart from our vendors that will tell us when they're going to have certain pieces done on building those parts and when we can expect to have it sent to the government. One of the nice parts is we can send each one of these line items, which would be like a purchase order, and we can send it directly into our finance package. So now I can grab my finance package, look at all the information, and actually press a button, and it imports this information into our finance system. This is so that we know which vendor needs to get paid, and when it's done, we can send an invoice to the government from our financial package. And our financial package is a database that's not in Microsoft SQL. So one of the things that Logi helped us to do, and this is one of the newest things from Logi, this is a web-based data cube, and anybody who knows business intelligence knows this is amazing because Zolab cubes have never been dynamic on the web. I think Logi is one of the first people to do it, and it is very cool. So one of the things the program manager uses this for every week is to talk to the owner of the company and the board and show them the revenue from this project. So you can click on the contract year and the revenue year. So this is the year we won the contract, and this is the year we're going to recognize the revenue. We can show the gross margin, or the gross revenue and the margin. For this one, I'm just going to show just margin. And I also want to show the chart below it. The people who see the money, work with the money, all the managers absolutely love this capability because they're able to see real time. All they have to do is open this chart up, see it, and it's real. That's amazing to them. They absolutely love this, and that's a drill down chart so they can go in and they can see and drill down into the chart. Absolutely one of the most amazing features I've ever seen in any business intelligence software, and Logi's is the best I've seen. Here's our internal purchase order request form for our employees and consultants to put in purchase orders. So we've been able to build that using Logi. This is how we track all the help desk stuff for the IT department, for the technology services department. And Mark will tell you, and he's sitting here, that this is how he justifies the costs for the IT department to the executive board. He uses this chart all the time, and it's has a date range in it. So very important stuff for the IT, but this is how we track all of our help desks, using Logi to build a time entry system that has the ability to do notes and a number of other things. One of the big issues with us is that we charge time to our customers and clients, but they want to know a log of what happened and what they do. So each one of the consultants has to put in what he did on that day, and we send that information along with the invoice to many of our customers. I'm not what you would consider a classic programmer. I'm a database application developer, and I've found Logi is a nice way using XML and a studio environment to build these things without having to be a C# programmer or a VB programmer.
I think it's remarkable that we could develop the kind of software we've developed in the period of time that we've done it in. The thing that Logi XML gives us is real agility. I think that's probably when you're a mid-sized or small to mid-sized company, when you don't have deep pockets and there are several things you can't do that other larger corporations can. But what you do have to sell and what gives you an edge in the marketplace is your ability to change and move and turn on a dime. And Logi really helps us do that. We use it. We talk to multiple data sources so we can gather information from multiple places across the country, across our network, like our CRM database and our accounting database and our HR system and all of that. We can pull it all into one report and show it to somebody in a way that makes sense to the end user without having terrible heartburn to do it. And in the quickly changing environment that we live in, business intelligence is going to, in my opinion, is going to take more and more and more of a place in the IT architecture. And I think that we're going to continue to use this. We're going to continue to develop more things with it.
Can I interject really quick one thing?
Please.
One thing I will tell you about this, and this goes to the people listening, to be trained on this, because you do need some rudimentary training and you need some background. But I will tell you this, the way that Logi XML trained, I was on the phone with them. It was very like this webinar. We interfaced together. Their trainers worked with me on my projects to train me. So I would bring up, this is what I wanted to do. I'd get the building blocks, and their trainers would actually help me build my applications over the internet like we're doing this. So they're in Virginia, we're in Utah, and I'll tell you what, that was one of the most impressive parts about Logi in the beginning, is as they trained me to use the studio environment and stuff, they were helping me build my own projects. We weren't doing pie-in-the-sky stuff or, out-of-the-box training stuff. They'd look at my stuff and help me build it right in front of me. And I'll tell you what, that was a tremendous training experience.